Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Gloria Victis. Today we're going to be doing the Ismir starter quest line from approximately levels 1 to 40. It's going to take about 90 minutes or so on the top end. We'll be going through some of the basics. And we'll be starting, well, this is merely, bring that up on the map briefly. This is the capital of the Ismir nation. It cannot be conquered. It's in the safe zone. Your safe zone that most of these starter quests, or that all of these starter quests are going to be in, essentially goes from about Merely Farm to Lobart's Farm. If you draw a line just before those, and then up all into this peninsula up here, before Ystad, Fort Merely, so this area right here, sorry, a little more. So we'll be in that area there. As a new player, you cannot be looted in those areas, and there is some resources, but essentially you'll be wanting to get out of that as fast as possible. So this is the main keep where your depot is located. Your depot is one of the things that we want to touch down on first because it's one of the most important things in the game. We'll just bring that up here. So for your depot, you've got 5 slots that you can open up. And in this depot, you can transfer this to the different characters that are on your Gloria Victis account. So anything in here can be transferred for your initial 3 starting characters. Aspiring guild leaders also take note that there is no guild bank in this game. So people use alternate characters as a workaround for guild banks. I've got a couple of these slots opened up right now because I've got characters on my account that I've started to level. But you've got 5 slots that scale in price. They start off relatively cheap, but can get extremely expensive towards the end, about 20 gold. Depending on your income, you might want to purchase a inventory slot. Like you can buy those off the market. We'll touch on that as well too. But if you make gold in game, there's easier ways to make gold, but just know that there's also other ways to get around that 20 gold barrier. Inventory slots cards. You've got 9 inventory slots on your person that scale in price. They don't open up until you're level 10. So if I try to unlock that and see it's relatively, it's like dirt cheap. So we'll unlock that, but we can't until we're level 10. So we'll touch on that during the training video. Next, we're going to hit the market. Your market keeper here. 98% of all the stuff in the game is either manufactured or gathered by players. I'm not going to go into the mechanics of the market. I just want to show you a couple of important things. New players tend to get confused about this tab right here, the finished offers tab. Anything you purchase on the market will appear here, and you're going to have to click on it to put it into your inventory. The other thing that we want to take note of here is we'll go back to the buy, is your bags. This is where you purchase your bags that are going to expand your inventory slot. Now you're going to be kind of bound just by your starter quests to use large sacks while you're leveling up to expand your slots. They start with about 12 inventory slots, but what you're really going to want to do is go to bags and try to upscale yourself to a large leather bag as fast as possible with the robust crafting tree in the game and looting and everything else. You're going to run out of inventory space first, so concentrate primarily, like, don't even worry about gear all that much. You'll get it from leveling, you'll get it from events. People will give it to you. I'm not saying be a beggar, but veteran players do want to have good player retention, and they'll try to help you out if they can. Gloria Victis has pretty helpful players. So concentrate on trying to get to your large leather bags first. They have 32 equipment slots and the maximum size. It'll just help your life in the game. The thing we're going to want to touch that on quick before we get too far is your challenges. So if you press the H button by default, or if you press the Alt button and move your mouse over to that little symbol here, you can do your daily challenges, and if you achieve these challenges, you're going to get a monetary reward and some diluted wine and stuff. And there's different rewards for different things, but for instance, you've got your daily rewards, and if you get through all of these, you get contribution points, and these challenges will reward you with contribution points and monetary rewards as you achieve them. They're recommended to help. You get a master equipment too at the end of your daily one there. A lot of them are PvP centric. There are some that are just random ones, like the dice game here. There's also ones like killing end game NPC bosses. Ones that we're going to want to work on for a new player is something like grown plants. You're going to want to focus on getting your cooking up. That's a pretty critical skill as a new player. You can make your own food in the game that'll help you with your buffs, and we'll talk about that in a second. Upgraded buildings is important because upgrading buildings gives you experience, leveling your character, and it also helps your nation. That's a PvP one there. So we'll do the grown plants as an example, and mining and metallurgy is also a good way to generate wealth as a new player. So we'll look for that, mining and excavation. Okay, so we'll touch on that as well too. We'll show you quickly the market here. I'm not going to go into generating wealth in this video, but just be aware that materials, like we'll do coal for instance. Coal starts out at about 11.20, so you're going to be getting you usually get about a gold, 20 silver for 1,000 coal. You get it in about half hour, 40 minutes at any of the mines or holy cities, and it's a good method for players to generate wealth. From there, we're going to go to the logistation and address some of the things on the map. This lady right here, she will give you the quest line that we're going to be following in the video here. We will be coming back to her, but let me just show you. This is a very important area down here. You're spending a lot of time down here for the logistician. Now the logistician in the game, we've got fast travel. So if we show the map here, our native territories we're able to fast travel to, and they've got a white border, sort of halo around the flag that you see, and you're able to fast travel to any of the native Ismir territories. Native Ismir territories encompass from Tenebrück, Volkvar, Ystad, Skogar, and Ulfgard, and those are our native territories that we can travel to. Horton Temple is also a native Ismir territory. Any of the holy cities on our side of the map, so Horton Temple or Lord's Wrath Abbey, we're able to fast travel to as well. Beyond that, you're going to be limited to using horses or running. So Seaclaw, for instance, you're not going to be able to fast travel to. You are able to fast travel to the guild castles. Now the guild castles are the end game content for Gloria Victis. There's 9 of them. We're not going to go into the siege mechanics or holding them at the moment, but if you check the Guide to Stoneholm Discord, we'll try to get some stuff posted there about that. But just be aware that you can fast travel to the guild castles as well too. You are not able to fast travel to the inner flags like Merely Farm or Merely Lumber Mill. You're going to have to hoof it or walk. This gentleman right here is your stable master. He will bring up, if you bring up your mounts here, horses can be found in the wild. Now you just need to walk up and tame them by pressing your interaction button, which is E by default. We're not going to go into where you can find them. It might be one on the starting quest line here. We'll go into that. But take a look at, so we'll go into training here. Mount statistics. Agility is how fast he turns. Dynamics are how fast the horse sprints, how fast he moves on a dead stop to start. Condition is your stamina, and vitality is your health. That's a pretty basic rundown of your horses. Now your levels, you're going to want to get a highest level as you can. They go up to 100. And your aging is also important. After aging 100%, they start to deteriorate, and you're going to have to get yourself a new one as fast as possible. I'm going to have to get some soon here. Poor Boomer over here. This is your mercenary recruiter right here. He will send you to the most dominated nation to change nation. It's not recommended to talk to this gentleman unless you want to leave Ismir. Here's the guild recruitment board where you're going to be able to find guilds. Guilds are critical in this game. You're going to want to either join an established guild or start a guild on your own and start getting some friends in here because this really is a group PvP type of game. So these are an example of some of the current North American Ismir guilds. We're not going to join any of them for the video. We're just going to go into starting one. So just give me a sec here. So we'll call it the Ismir training videos, and we'll go into this quickly. So this brings up your basic information. You can leave your daily announcement, your member list. Your maximum member count will increase as your guild level increases. Your guild level, if you take a look at this progress bar right here, it'll turn green as you accumulate nation points and deposit them into the nation point guy. We'll show you where that is during the video before we end it. But just be aware that nation points are how you level this meter here. F2 is your default profile for nation points and such, or glory rankings and such. So nation points is generated through PvP kills. You deposit those to increase, and the guild level also affects what walls you can build at your guild castles, ranging from palisade to strong stone walls. So it's important that you get those nation points in. Your glory points are generated through capturing flags, and doing other stuff to contribute to the nation. Arena rankings. There's dueling in the game. It's recommended that you do that. You do get great experience, I think, from dueling. Guild ranking. This shows you this is your bragging rights right here. This shows you the current season and how much nation points each of the guilds have accumulated, and it changes at the end of every season, which corresponds to roughly about every 3 or 4 months. Weekly rankings, we're not going to go into this, but you'll get titles and contribution points and monetary rewards from this. For instance, Architect here, this will help you while you're leveling. You're going to want to upgrade your locations. So, for instance, Architect, if you get the title Architect, you get free upgrade points for the week, and a contribution point bonus as well too there, 500 points. Okay, so that deals with that. Heraldry is something we can do in the game. There's a list of accessible and purchasable emblems for heraldry. We'll just show you there quickly. So you can, that's pretty customizable. It's pretty relatively unique. You can get a unique design. Provinces are how you control your guild castles and that. You start your states of war. So competing for a province, for instance, we're not going to get into that right now. I don't have the gold on me. Alliances are good, joining up guilds. Now you can only have a maximum of 3 guilds in an alliance. They're good for when you have guild castles, fast travel as well too. You can have your host/home commands. Recruitment, your edit recruitment thing is how you can get your recruitment posted on the board here behind us. And it's either closed or open. Closed, they have to submit an application first. Open, you can just anybody who signs up joins. You can set a fee for the open as well too. We're not going to do that. So that kind of gives you some of the basics here that are in merely. So from this point on, we're going to pretty much start doing the Questline here. Is there anything else? I think we've touched on pretty much all of the basics that I wanted to here. I'm not going to. There's more to the city, but I'm not going to show it to you. Let you explore that on your own. So we'll talk to Wilga here. I'm not going to narrate the story or anything, but it's recommended that you read the story and enjoy your game. We're going to kind of speed run it. So at this point, I'm going to work on my hotbar, and then I'll get it pretty quiet. Okay, so that's something that's a little familiar to me. You can customize it how you want. But your hotbar is pretty essential to changing your loadout in a battle. So find something that's comfortable with you.
Will come a day when we avenge our fathers and brothers what fall in the Tenebrook. His hate is killing me. I'm gonna need a drink.
Okay, so you're gonna want to keep your attributes and abilities up as you level. We're going to be doing a basic archer build here, but it's recommended that you check the guide to Stonehome Discord for players builds. Find something that you're going to be comfortable with by the time that you reach 100, because respecking is kind of expensive in this game. So until you have the gold and can respec at will, it's kind of recommended that you build something that you're going to be comfortable with using until you do have a stockpile of gold.
Is killing me. I'm gonna need a drink.
You're gonna want to, as a new player, loot as many of the NPCs as possible. We'll get some basic recipes off them as well too.
So here's another die, and again and again.
Your stamina will regenerate as you put more points into your abilities. Your food. Oh, that was the one thing we'll touch on that actually before, after we do this part. We go much further. Now we've already started the quest line, so we're not going to go back to merely to show you where the food is there, but we will be seeing an inn at Fort Merely here. Now, your food quality is something that's going to be important because it gives you your basic buffs to health, stamina, and regeneration. The better quality of food that you keep in your stomach, the better basic benefits you're going to get. Not really all that much, but you're going to want to keep maximum quality is 10. It ranges from 1 to 10 in this game, and you're going to want to keep quality 10 in your stomach. Now, as a new player, quality 10 food is a little expensive, so it's recommended that you keep a base of at least scrambled eggs in your stomach, and we'll go into that when we show you the inn here at Fort Merely. That white arrow is pretty consistent with following the quest lines that they have in the game. So if you get lost, just start looking for that arrow. As well too, there's 5 tiers of armor in the game and weapons. They range from white, which is city stuff, to green, then blue, then purple, and then orange as your top end stuff. 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 And You're going to find the recipes at different locations. We'll get them posted, hopefully, in the Discord as fast as possible here. But the further you range from main town and starter area, the better recipes you'll find at the vendors. Purple recipes you'll find from the Gloria vendor at Fort Mearley. But check also the Holy Cities Horden Temple and Lord's Wrath Abbey for things like barricade recipes and other fun stuff. Alright, so we'll continue on here. Okay, so this will show you the mechanics of ballistas. You charge them with your block button, your center block. They're very good as anti-siege in sieges, like catapults and that. And they do decent amount of damage to players as well too. They have an arc on them, so you have to get used to that. Firing.
Took over the eastern mine. We need to reclaim it.
Alright, so we've reached level 10, so we're going to actually unlock some of our inventory space here. So you see the first one was 1 iron crown, the next one is 15, and then it goes to 1 silver, so we don't have 1 silver on us. Last ones are like 20 gold, that one's like 10, 5, 1 gold, so they scale, they do get rather expensive towards the end.
New die? Same old shit.
And see, we're going to, we've got an accomplished an achievement here. So we're going to get small monetary reward, some experience points, and a thing of diluted wine.
So here's another die, and again and again. It's killing me. I want to get a drink.
So now we've got a large sack, so it's got 12 equipment slots. We'll put it into that, open that up. We got a little bit of stuff here, so we've got some wine, put some gloves on. Now, farming, you're going to want to generally use a scythe or a sickle for that. And we don't have one at the moment, so we're just going to use, you can use any bladed weapon, but it's not worth the durability. So get yourself a sickle or a scythe for farming. If that happens, you'll see that it'll respawn in just a second here. Or proc it by... sometimes there's one random one that you can farm here, and then it'll proc the respawn. Animals you can just center block in this game. They don't directional attack. Another thing you can do too to keep your inventory space manageable is disassemble your old stuff. You'll get some small materials like wood billets for that, for instance, or iron lumps, or stuff like that. Not much, but it'll also give you small experience point bonus as well too. And you can track your progress right here on the right hand side here. This is where your quest line is. And there's reinforced chests out in the world. You can go and explore and find too. You get an accomplishment, I think, if you get 50 of them.
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
As you can tell, I'm not much of an archer. I'm trying something different here. So different weapons do different damage to different armor types. hammer here that we received is going to be useful for the heavy armor opponents that we're going to be going up against next. Now we do have 6 silvers, so we're going to unlock another inventory slot and keep our inventory manageable by disassembling some stuff. So here we are at Fort Merely. We're getting about half to 2/3 of the way through the quest line so far. Okay, so we'll introduce you to a few things here at Fort Merely. Alright, so this is the inner area of Fort Merely where the Glory vendors are. So this is where you can spend your contribution points on some of the higher tier recipes. This is a weaponsmith, for instance, so we're looking at some of the purple tier weapons. This is our general Glory guy. From here you can pick up things like experience point cards, which is good for general experience boost. Anything you do in the game basically that generates experience, you can get some bonuses here, some combat experience, and some other stuff that's good to spend your stuff on, your contribution points on. One of the things I also wanted to show you was this is where you get your attributes and resets, your abilities resets. There are a few things that are good to have here. They're good to spend your contribution points on too. If you're looking to make some quick cash and you've got some extra contribution points, Elite Quilted Canvas sells for a decent amount on the market. So, but focus on getting your recipes. Your higher tier ones are first. Okay, this is an example of the inn now. Some of our inns on Ismir lands look a little different. The ones at like Tenebrot, for instance, are a little more consistent with actual Northern European stuff. But this is an example of a basic inn in the game. This is what we were mentioning earlier. You can play some dice and kick back to ignore the burning world. Here's where the innkeeper is, and this is where you can pick up that bare minimum. It's recommended that you keep a minimum of 5.7 in your stomach at all times for your basic food buffs. You can also pick up some cheap beer here for stamina regeneration, maximum stamina. Now we should get some food doing our quest, so I'm not going to go ahead and bother buying any here, but just be aware that this is where you can pick up some stuff. If you can't access the market or make your own while you're on the go and you're out for extended periods of time, look for an inn and pick up some scrambled eggs. So here's an example of that quality 10 food that I was talking about. And at this point in the quest line, we're not that hungry yet, but we'll show you what it's like. So our food quality is 3 at the moment. Now our food quality buff accrues to 3.41. So we'll have a better benefit to health, stamina, and regeneration. This will show you the mechanics of a trebuchet. You're going to have to charge it with your center block as well too. The game is still in beta, so we do have disappearing enemies. Other fun stuff. Still see his health bar.
To arms, brothers! The mountain outpost has been abandoned. We can take it over.
And there we go. That concludes our starter quest line up to level 40 here. Didn't take that long. If you talk to Gunnar here, this is that nation point guy that I was talking to you about before. That's what we'll conclude with here. That's where you want to put your nation points in to grow that progress bar. Alright, well, thank you for watching, thank you for your interest, and welcome to the Ismir Nation. We look forward to seeing you in battle.